Goldberg from Mark Vlogs Watches. We have been sorting out technical difficulties for approximately the last 3 minutes. And this guy over here, I don't know if he's to my right or to my left because everything's backwards. I've got Clyde, Minotaur Wrangler, and then down there we've got Hisham Habib from India. Hisham, welcome to the show. Welcome to the program.
You almost sound like you're going Andy Hunter there for a second.
I was.
Welcome to the show.
Hisham, can you hear us? Hisham,
yes.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, Hisham, we're going to leave the entire introduction of the show up to you. And go. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. So, guys, let me tell you what's going to happen tonight. We are essentially live streaming merely because the pontiff was too lazy to come collect his money. So you may super chat money, but as Clyde will no doubt tell you, it is not necessary. You only do that if you really want to annoy the pontiff. But as far as I am concerned, we are here to talk to you in the peanut gallery. We're here to answer questions and foster some camaraderie. We're here to have a little bit of gossip about the industry. We're going to talk watches, and I'd like to thank Crappy for finishing his crap stream in time for you people to show up here, all 17 of you. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and do the quick fist watch check. And I'll go first. I'm wearing the Timex Q. How about you guys?
Hisham?
Fine. I'm wearing the Digest.
I am wearing, I'm wearing the infamous cheese watch.
The Parmigiani.
Parmigiani Calpa Abdominare. That's not a title, that's a sentence.
Do you think that Bill Sanders could say that 10 times fast?
Probably not. I can't even say it 10 times fast.
Okay. Well, so look, let me explain some things to the fellas. First of all, I want to thank you for being.
Oh, wait, hold it. Sorry.
Yes.
Super chat.
Oh,
Justin Bailey, £2. Oops, I hit the wrong button and super chatted. Okay, Justin, do not let it happen again.
Well, hold on. I got to figure out how I'm gonna. let me just open something here so that I can kind of track the super chats. I actually can't tell what's happening unless.
I got it. I'm on top of it. Don't worry.
Well, I do appreciate that, and I do need you, Clyde. But the problem is that if I don't see them on, I won't be able to highlight them and then make fun of them. So where the hell is that one?
Justin Bailey, £2. Oops, I hit the wrong button in super chat.
There we go. Okay, cool. So thank you, Justin. So what we're going to do here is we're going to talk a little bit of watches. We're going to talk a little bit of gossip. We're going to talk a little bit of snack. And then what I would like to do is I would like to invite some of the punters in here. I think we can only have 6 people in at a time, so I may have to rotate you guys in and out a little bit, but we will get to you eventually. So please stick with us here in the live stream. You know, there's just certain guys that we see and we talk to all the time, and so I would like to invite a Buwsur, a troublemaker. A Bud the Stud. I'd like to get a blue shirt Buddha in here. Let's take a look at that machine and see what he's wearing tonight. Which of his 52 different Rolexes is he wearing?
Well, real quick, what the hell is that on the cabinet, on the counter beside of you?
Now, are you referring to the book, Let Dogs Be Dogs, which is kind of behind my head? Maybe I should move it all over a little bit.
Wait, no, that's what I'm talking about. What's that? What's the red and white thing?
It's KFC.
The red, white, and blue thing? You talking about the?
No, not the North flag. The red and white.
Kentucky, the KFC. Well, I thought that this is a night that we might want to, memorialize the pontiff who cannot be with us tonight because he's clearly doing, things more than hanging out with us, right?
Right.
So I decided to put the KFC bucket there so that we would all remain mindful of who brought us together in this greater horological community, the horned one.
Oh, I thought you meant Colonel Sanders, because that's what you meant by KFC bucket.
No, we were brought together here all by a very large, jolly man, not Santa Claus, but Archibald Chesterfield III, to whom we would like to pay homage. And he is the man who brought us together, all of us here today. So this is what Logan says. This KFC bucket is what I leave out for Santa Claus every Christmas. Unlike certain YouTubers, I don't know, Clyde, that was provocative. I almost... Yeah.
Unlike certain YouTubers, what?
Nothing. Look, there's another...
Guys, I want you to know, here at the Mark Goldberg channel, he supports and encourages other channels. So we just wanted to know that Crappy Luxury is going to receive 100% of every fake super chat that we receive tonight.
Well, we're going to add that to his fake buy a watch fund.
Wait. Speaking of which, guys,
yes.
$2 from Blue Shirt Buddha.
In honor of the horned one. Bless his little heart. In honor of the horned one, indeed.
And then also Watch Doctor.
Oh, gosh.
Oops,
Okay,
I think I did it again.
Well,
yeah, I'd like to pump that song, but that would probably get us demonetized.
Well, thank you, Watch Doctor. So far, we have raised absolutely zero money for Crappy Luxury, but we will be collecting money for him, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. We will be collecting money for him because Crappy is to receive. Should we give him 100% or is it 50% of the fake super chats that we, what do we decide to do here?
I think you're feeling unusually generous. Wait, there's another one. Victor S.
I don't see that one yet.
I want in on the show.
I want in on the show.
Apparently,
I want in on the show. Well, Victor, we're not to that part, so you'll have to remind me. Although Victor does bring up a really good point. We could have them super chat to get on, but, that seems unusually avaricious. And, I kind of don't want to do it that way. I just want to spread the cheer and spread the love. So thank you for the super chat. You'll have to remind me later that you did that. We'll do another one when we get up to the component of Know Your Punter. But, I kind of do want to bring the peanut gallery in here. Car Fun.
$1.99.
And that's a real one. Sadly, we have not received any money for Crappy yet, but $1.99 from Car Fun Jubilee on Q Timex. Is that a cool mod? I would think if you put this watch on a Super Jubilee bracelet, like from Strapcode or something like that, that it would be overkill for the watch, because the watch is really thin. I'd have to see a picture of that. But this is a nicely engineered but kind of crappy bracelet. It's much cheaper than it looks.
Well, I wouldn't insult it by calling it a crappy bracelet. Maybe an inexpensive bracelet.
I see. Okay, so did you send a link to Victor, because we're not to that point yet?
Well, I may have actually
send it to the whole
live stream comment. Sorry,
everyone. I think anyone can join in now.
Hold on. What did you do, Clyde? Or
I may have posted a link on the live an open link to the live stream comment.
I see. Well, we're going to have to wait. Thank you. If you guys want to wait in the lobby, you may be there quite a long time, because we are not up to the Know Your Punter portion yet, but we will get there. Good thinking ahead there. Hisham, what time is it, amigo? What time is it for you?
It is 5:40 exactly.
5:40 in Hyderabad, India. And
yeah.
Wait, Victor, you can go ahead and click on that link, and he'll be in the background, and Mark will just add you when he's ready to have you.
Yeah, no, he's gone, which is probably better, because we're a little way away from that. I will let you guys know when we're going to do this, and I'll let you know. And then Clydesy will have them. We'll invite them, maybe one by one. Otherwise, might get hard. Well, we'll see. We'll see how we work it.
Now, Jimmy is bringing up a good point. This is actually a watch point. That $30,000 Hodinkee Mont Blanc is sold out. Fuck me dead.
Well, I didn't know about the $30,000 Mont Blanc. $30,000. I mean, I'm still trying to get over the $7,000 skeletonized Gigundo Oris. Yes, that seemed to upset the pontiff so much. So, Hisham, I do have one of these for you. You need to WhatsApp me your shipping.
Yeah,
so
we'll do.
Okay. Jesus. Okay. All right. I'm actually pulling it out. And okay, I'm looking at it, right? The Mont Blanc chronograph.
Can you share it, or do I have to do that?
I think I can share it. I'll give it a try. Hold on.
Let's give it a whirl, and then I'll put you up big. I'll make you
Okay, can you see it now?
Mother, can you see me? No, I cannot.
You cannot?
I cannot. Cannot indeed. You know, guys, we're working this out. We still don't really know what we're doing.
Can you? Okay, look at the
Yeah,
light.
hold on, now I can. And action. Go ahead. Now we see it. Now we see it.
Introducing the Montblanc 1858 Mono Pusher. Limited edition for Hodinkee.
You know, that's a pretty watch, but $30,000, those Houdinki bastards are just wanting to print money. Hey, go back up. Did that have like a canvas strap? What's on that? Leather?
Suede.
Is it leather?
Suede.
Suede. They can't even be bothered to make a bracelet for it.
No, for 30. Well, you know, it's only 30,000. That's
yeah, right. You know, the $50,000 special edition might have a bracelet.
Yeah, and let's face it, a room full of hipsters can go through $30,000 pretty damn quick.
Now, did you say that this watch is already sold out?
That's what's being reported in the live stream comments.
Well, that's very sad because we were hoping to raise enough super chat money to add to the crappy watch fund and put them in something really spectacular. But okay,
Our latest collaboration with Montblanc not only features one of the greatest chronograph movements on the market, but also includes a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Via with the Hodinkee team.
Well, that seems a little excessive. So Pharmacist says, I see $1.99 on the screen. I'm not sure what your point is there, Pharmacist, but please remember that what we were doing is raising 100% of the fake super chats for Crappy, and that was an actual and a real one. Okay, so guys, let's just talk about the elephant who is not in the room right now really quick, just so we can knock this out. I had Crappy on a live stream a few days ago, and we interviewed Crappy here so that we got to know the Crapmeister a little bit better. And let me tell you, from my perspective, he is a very unusual gentleman, and I don't mean this in a pejorative way. I mean, Crappy is a quirky guy. And then Crappy and I sort of fought the good fight. We hashed out all the problems. We clashed. And then I felt like, we kissed and made up. Like that was kind of the rhythm of the thing. And as far as I'm concerned, the hatchet has been buried. But, and in fact, Crappy and I were like, trying to be simpatico a little bit with each other. We have texted back and forth a little and, tried to keep the brokered peace going and see if it doesn't turn into a little horological ship.
$5 super chat from Jay Chang.
Well, thank you, Jay. You have just avoided donating to the Crappy's Watch Fund. So I would like to thank you for that generous donation. And but like legit, Crappy and I have been chatting back and forth, and because I think both of us got tired of fighting. I'll tell
and how's that going for you?
What's that, Sean?
How's that going for you?
Well, I think it's been going fine. I'm not anxious. I don't know. I'm like not a mean guy. I mean, mind you, I am nasty, vicious.
Now, can we give me an invite? Matt Stevens on. It's time.
I did already. I sent him a link. You can do it.
Oh, Thomas Burnett. Unfortunately, the new link system works and it wants to work. But right now,
I've never spoken to Matt. I'd love to talk to him.
I just sent him the link. I mean, Clyde, send it to him again in case I sent him the first link, which was bad, but he has not complained. So.
Yeah, you broke your link in half. Did Archie pinch your link and it broke?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see. Well, anyway, listen, I kind of want to move through, let me get on to Crappy so that I can get off of Crappy. At any rate, we've been, texting back and forth, trying to be a little bit, friendly, if you will. And so I thought, I know Crappy is going to eventually have me on his live stream. We've talked about that a little bit so I can go on his stream, maybe help him raise up a little bit of money. And my thinking was to have him on this stream right here because this is a channel of, like 12,000 people, and Crappy's is a channel under 500. He's still working and building his channel. And when I first came onto YouTube, who was really helpful and sincerely nice and just shared every bit of knowledge that he had in order to help me succeed. You know who that was?
Max Levinson.
No, he was like 4 years old at the time. Andy Hunter,
12-year-old you had locked up in your basement.
Andy Hunter, and he was just very giving and nice. And I just think that I should maybe try and help Crappy because I kind of, I did play and toy with him a little bit too much maybe at hurt his feelings, and and anyway. So at the end of the day, I know I will eventually appear if he asks me to. We're working out scheduling issues now on the crap stream. And I think that I thought, though, that it might be a nice idea to invite him here tonight. Why? Because he can give out his PayPal. I could encourage people to join his channel, which, by the way, if you're in a generous mood, go ahead and look up Crappy.
I'll send him a PayPal. I mean, I've got the live stream. He's contacted me. Yeah, he's contacted me via text right now.
I see. Well, he's not contacting me via text, and it doesn't matter if he does. I'm busy, and if you want to talk to him, that's fine. But what I wanted to say is that my idea was to have Crappy on tonight for a couple reasons. One, just to help him raise his profile up. Not as much, I mean, even when I had him on the channel last time, I gave out his PayPal, but I was thinking the more important thing for him might be to raise his profile. And the reason for that is, you guys may not know this, but in order to be able to receive and process super chats on YouTube, you need to fulfill a few requirements that YouTube has stipulated. And the first of those is that you must have 1,000 subscribers, number one, and number two, you must have X number of hours of views. So just thought that it would be nice for Crappy to be on here. And anyway, so I texted him and I told him, like, come on, we're not gonna pick on you. This isn't to resurrect or reenact the fight. That is settled. The hatchet is buried. We'll do it on your channel whenever. But come on to mine tonight, and then let's have you on. And I told him I wouldn't be picking on him, but I also mentioned that the world is full of trolls. I can't compete.
Super chat.
Yes.
By the way, do you want me to announce it? Do you want me to do it? Well, I don't know.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Or do you want me to do the Archie soundboard?
I think. Listen, you're a creative genius, Clyde. I'm leaving this entirely in your hand. $4.99 from Gangster for Life. How you guys?
Oh yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy with the gold sky roller, if I remember right.
I don't know. How you doing, guys? Where is Archie? Archie is walking the streets of Singapore, flying back home to Brisbane, Australia, and could not be with us tonight. What do you guys think about the new Planet Ocean GMT black and white ceramic bezel master chronograph? Thanks. Woo. Well, look, if I'm going to play pontiff, I'm just going to say bright. I'm going to say that the Omega is soft, fuckers. Omega is soft. If it's new, prepare to lose 30-40% as you walk over the threshold of the authorized dealer, and prepare to buy it 30 to 40% cheaper next year on eBay. That's right.
Also, I can give you Don Haynes' telephone number, and he's probably tried this watch on, because he's tried on every watch known to mankind, and he would probably send you pictures in the metal.
When Don Haynes and I had our first and only date, we went and tried on watches, and we nearly got thrown out because they recognized them. Okay. Anyway, here's what happened.
Yes, we wanted you to go in first.
I invited Crappy here tonight, and I told him, we won't, I'm not inviting you on to fuck with you, just to have you on as a guest. And Crappy sent me 2 conditions, and the first condition I am not at liberty to talk about, out of respect to the Crapmeister, because he did ask for confidentiality on that matter. And then on the second matter, he didn't ask for confidentiality, Crap. So okay. Crappy demanded all of the super chats from tonight, which had the word crappy in them. I was like, that presents a bookkeeping nightmare, guys, because I don't know how, the money is received, God only knows when. YouTube deducts a percentage of it, a bigger percentage when there is foreign currency and exchange rate involved. So Crappy basically.
Let me ask you. Okay, let me ask you an indirect question. Allow you to keep your vow confidentiality. Now, was the first matter, the first that you will hold inviolate, was that referred to during the earlier live stream, the first summit?
I refuse to answer this question on the grounds.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't exercise my Fifth Amendment rights.
Oh God, this is too rich
for a fellow member of the tribe. Okay, I told you, Clyde, we got to leave that one. We got to leave that one alone. I don't know why we got to leave that one alone, but we got to leave that one alone. And I'm trying to be respectful here. But Crappy demanded money, basically. Now, mind you, I know what he'll say is, you're using my name to raise money, and I want that money. Look, I don't know. I think it's weird. I just wanted to give the guy a shot at getting more subscribers and eventually being able to earn, YouTube. I've given out his PayPal before. I would have done it tonight if he would have come on, but Crappy demanded his pound of flesh, and so I just
You're so dancing around that first condition, aren't you?
Yes. So it was just I don't know. It got really weird. I thought that was like extremely odd. So anyway, if Crappy doesn't want to do shit for free, that's fine. But and I'll still say, if you're interested in a crap stream, well, go check him out. All right.
Well, and like I said, I also sent Crappy a link just now via text message, so he's welcome to jump on.
No, I don't think so, Clyde. I've received his conditions. I cannot agree to his conditions, and to have him on at this point is to create an accounting nightmare. I don't think he's going to click that link, and I don't think he should. And if he does, I don't know. Clyde, it's an accounting nightmare, Clyde.
Well, I mean, so seriously, how hard would accounting be for you and Crappy?
I don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
I don't know. I know. No.
Clyde, I'm a simple dog trainer. I'm not a mathematician. So anyway, okay. So enough about that. Check out his stream. He seems to be a good guy. I look forward to going on his stream and helping him raise a little bit of awareness and money. And look, the man is 64 years old, retired, on Social Security, occasionally eating Del Monte peas for dinner, and helping him achieve his watch dreams. If that's in your nature, then you should go ahead and make an assist there. Go ahead, Clyde, do your noise.
$10 from Nelson Olivier. Is that right?
Yes.
Oliviera.
You ready?
Are you ready?
Who's ready?
Are you talking about Crappy?
I don't know who's ready.
No idea.
Nelson, tell us. We don't know who. We don't know who he is, let alone is he ready.
Okay.
So Hisham, what's the next purchase? How are you going to get a Patek, and are you done with Rolex? Are you finished?
I'm pretty much done with Rolex, Mark.
Now, you did recently send me an email with a bunch of Rollies asking me which one. Did you decide none of them?
Sorry, come again? I couldn't hear you there.
I think you sent me an email not that long ago showing like 5 or 6 Rollies. What happened, Clyde? Why are you making noise?
I've got people I've got Crappy texting me as well.
I see. Oh, it was your phone. Okay. Well, tell him I said hi. Tell him to get me on his stream. I'll be happy to support his watch fund by appearing and bringing all my legions of fans with me. Sorry about the burp, but the KFC tends to repeat on you a little.
Right.
So you know what? Wasn't the white gold Pepsi GMT with meteorite dial, wasn't that one of the possibilities? Hisham?
No, that wasn't a possibility, Mark, because it's not that legible, to be honest. And
you mean you actually need to tell the time?
Yeah, and I just wanted the Pepsi, basically, which the 126710 BLRO. So I went for that.
Now, Pharmacist Doing Over the Counter has a very good point. Where's Jupiter?
What's what?
Where's Jupiter?
Juby's sleeping upstairs. If I look, let me just kind of show you what's going on around here. Look, sleeping German Shepherd. If we go take a walk around here, I don't know if you'll see them because it's kind of dark in here, but look, oh shit, we just woke up Tippy on his bed. There's just animals sleeping all over this place. Do you know what? It's very much like Archie's house on a lazy Sunday morning. Just animals sleeping all over the place. So Jupy is upstairs. All right, look, Hisham, I would just say if you can get that Pepsi with the meteorite dial, who really cares if you can read the time on it or not? It's this is the whole reason I got rid of my Daytona, because I couldn't tell time on it. And then later the rancher said to me, it's not about what time it is, it's about owning a piece of desirable jewelry.
No, actually, what I said and what I've consistently said is that I respected you for taking that stand. Everyone else thought you were an idiot for getting the Daytona, but actually, I loved it because you actually were treating the Daytona as a watch.
Well, you are a contrarian.
Exactly.
So I behaved like
I'm not a contrarian.
I behaved like an idiot, and you admired me for it.
Yes, exactly. Well, where did we all come from, for Pete's sake?
Well, that's true. So why don't you think of it just like a piece of jewelry? Do you consider it, Hisham? It's like a meteorite. It's a Rolex. It's a Pepsi. It's white gold, and it's only like $40,000, right?
Yeah, but honestly, no. I'm just not drawn towards it. So it might be a good watch. Many people like it. So
now I want to talk.
But no, it's not for me.
All right. I want to ask you about another one of your watches, and then we'll move on, Hisham. You know, I don't want to. I don't want
to. But the stud also has a Pepsi meteorite dial.
Does he?
Wow. To read, but it's beautiful, and he doesn't care.
Yeah, I see that. I
Nice.
see that comment. That's an amazing watch.
It is.
Yeah, amazing watch. Now, Hisham, I'm going to talk to you in secret code because I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if everybody knows about the At-Home Play Daytona Day. But can we talk about that? The At-Home Play Daytona Day.
Yeah, go on.
So let's put that back into English. That was Hisham and I speaking a very rare dialect of Urdu that only he and I really understand. So we were talking about the Platinum Daytona. Hisham, you got the Platinum Daytona with the light blue dial. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how does that feel, like in the hand compared to your?
Very, very heavy. Very heavy.
And have you worn it at all?
No, I haven't.
But you've tried it on and worn it around the house the littlest bit?
No, it's in the safe since the day my grandfather got it for me.
I see. Well, I know.
And we're not encouraging people to super chat at all because, as we know, that'll infuriate Archie, and you know how your mother gets.
And remember, Crappy Luxury is getting 100% of the fake super chats so far.
Right. Exactly.
So far, we're up.
However, if anyone is foolish enough, I do have an alert figured out, and it'll pay homage to Don Haynes.
Oh, and by the way, speaking of Don Haynes, send him a link. And Crappy, last thing about you, when I go on your show, it will be without conditions. I will not submit you a list of conditions. Yeah, I will not make you negotiate. Listen, guys, here's a little bit of a topic that I want to explore. I want some advice. I want to know what you think. I want to know what the punters think. And then after we talk about this topic, we're going to start interviewing punters, and we're going to get some of them in here to talk. I'm wearing right now a watch that I spent $179 on.
Yeah.
And Clyde, you and I were talking yesterday, and it made me wonder. You kind of, what do you got on there, Clyde? Oh, your time. We're bros. And Hisham,
along with Bear Clooney.
And
yeah, I've got a date just on. Yeah.
Hisham is wearing the date just, but in this box, Hisham, is your very own.
Thank you.
You're a timer.
Thank you so much.
I just got to get this one, off to my horological brother of Hisham. But
wash it first. Wash it very well first.
It has no DNA in it. But anyway, let me tell you what I've been wearing.
Your DNA.
I've been wearing. I wear this. For the last 2 solid days, I wore the all-metal G-Shock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at night, I've been wearing the Marathon with tritium tubes. And I just ordered a new watch off of eBay.
Which one?
Oh, you know what? Matt Stevens has been trying to get in here, and I think I probably sent him a messed up link. So I just sent him.
Yeah, that was the first one, I think.
Well, but I looked back on my text to him, and I sent him a correct link.
Okay.
Use Chrome. I'm telling Matt to use Chrome because the Fluffy doesn't seem to work, and I don't know. Anyway, done what I can for you, Matty. And I just ordered something new, so let me show you what it is. Bear with a second. Can you guys see that? Let me make myself big so I can show it off. It's a, look, it's a sandwich dial. It's a Zelos. Zelos. And let me show you the loom shot on this watch. It's crazy.
Okay, getting the Archie soundboard ready as we speak.
Everything is loom, super crazy. So I want to talk to you about this watch. Gospel, it is not a Vostok. It is something called a Zelos.
Zealot.
Zealous.
So are you now a zealot?
Oh, and Val and Grey Moon. I see Val and Grey Moon in the. I see Val and Grey Moon in the Peanut Gallery. And Valen, I would like to invite you as my first guest, first fist, if you will. So please, Valen, stay tuned during the stay tuned in the next segment. Right now we're talking cheap watches and crappy horrors. But after this, we're going to learn our punters, and I think I would like Valen Grey Moon to be my first guest. So Valen, here's what let's do. If you would do me the favor, send an email to markgoldberg8@gmail.com and just request the link, and I'll email it to you. Or if you want to email Clyde Z, he'll email it to you. And Clyde, what's your email for communication purposes for all the punters?
ClydeWatchWrangler@gmail.com.
Clyde Watchwrangler at Gmail.
No.
Clyde with a V.
With a V. V for victory.
Yeah.
V for team. So email Clive watchwrangler@gmail.com or me, and we'll get you that link. And Valen, I'd like you to be the first man, and I want to interview you tonight. So I don't know if any of you people know about the Zelos brand. I think it comes out of Singapore, and it's ridiculously cheap. This one I bought used, and I think I'm paying more than it's a college kid who was selling it to me. And we communicated a little bit on eBay, and he said it just didn't suit his style. And he had $400 tied up in it, or almost thereabouts. And the $400 to the kid was a lot of money, and he needed to get it out so he could move on to the next thing. And he said watch collecting, he just discovered that he likes watches recently, and he also discovered that watches are expensive. So, kid's name is Ryan, and I don't know if you're watching, Ryan, but I gave you the name of my channel. Ryan, thank you for selling me your watch. And yes, watch collecting is expensive. The irony is that Clive, when you and I were talking about it, it turned out that my Rolex collection has reached the bloated number of 10.
Okay.
What's yours? Do we even know your number? What's your number, Clive?
I swear to God, hold on.
What's happening?
I almost just need a message on just respond saying I'm live streaming right now.
Yes. Well, there's this thing called silent or do not disturb. I'm going to teach you how to use your iPhone. I'm going to teach you how to use your iPhone.
Actually,
I know you have a better one than me. It's true.
No. I have a much better one than you do.
Yes, but you don't know how to use it.
Well, nor do you.
I do. All right. Well, that's fair. You know what? We both of us have deficits, and if we would sort of get together on this, we could figure it out. But there's this thing called Do Not Disturb. Flick up into your control panel and put it on Do Not Disturb, and then people will leave you alone. West Virginia WV David R. asked a good question here right out of the Peanut Gallery. Is watch collecting a rich man's game?
I don't think so, to be honest.
Tell me about it.
It's not. I mean, watch collecting, you can collect all types of watches, be it quartz, be it a mechanical, automatic, anything. I mean, if you love horology, and you can collect any watch, to be honest.
That was a point I made, on my last live stream. When well, I gotta say crappy again. He was teasing me a little bit about my Phoebos, which I don't mind being teased about the Phoebos that I bought and sold. The reason I bought that $300 1,000-meter diver is I like watches. I've got 10 Rolexes.
Hold it.
Yes.
It's life for you. So while you get to it, we're going nonstop.
Okay, well, Cowboy Swami, $1.99. Zinn Submarine Steel versus Rolex 904 Steel. You know, I don't really know the technology here, but what I think is what's interesting is the Zinn tegimented steel, where they harden it a little more. But the 904L steel used to be the exclusive provenance of Rolex, but I noticed that Ball Watch put out a $2,000 watch in 904L, so that the exclusive Rolex 904L may not be that exclusive any longer. I suppose Zinn is. Listen,
now the one that you have, is it made out of the same material?
the one what that I have?
The Ball watch you have.
The Ball I have is made out of 316.
Okay.
316. Okay.
What about the other one? The one that you just got rid of? What was that composed
Well, I
of?
haven't gotten rid of a ball in a long time, but all the balls ever made were in 316, except they just recently announced the 904L ball. I forget which model, but you know, go on their website and find it. So,
So you no longer have balls of steel, is what you're saying?
I have ball of steel. I have only one ball. But you know, at the end of the day, I think that Hisham is correct. I mean, collecting watches is a lot like collecting cars. You know, you can collect beaters that move and have basic transportation, or you could buy a. I'm not a car guy, so this is very hard for me. But you could buy a Bugatti. You know, you could buy $1 million car, or you could buy a $500 vehicle that starts and gets you from point A to B. And
Absolutely.
Thank you, Clyde. I regret ever sending you all those animals. Can I split this between Archie and Crapster? And sadly, you cannot.
That's a real. Now, if you want to send a fake super chat,
100% of it will go to, 100% of the fake one though will actually go to Crappy. And Crappy, here's the thing: I don't care about the money. I don't do this for the money. I'm not on Social Security, although I'm looking forward one day to being able to collect my Social Security while I continue to retire, while I continue to work. I don't want to be one of these guys who claims it early, because I love working, you know.
Well, Mark has been talking about me for almost a half an hour. I think Mark is in love with me. Crappy.
Who are we talking? Oh, yeah, I am.
So, Crappy, I think you should come on the live stream because
he's not coming on. He's not coming on because I will not meet his demands. But I will go on his show with zero demands. But what I love is I love watches. So that listen. You know, here's the irony of it. You could spend $1 million on a Bugatti or $500 on, a 2000 Chevy that will get you from A to B, and they're both cars. Like, Hisham, you've got an $80,000. Hugo Alvarez.
It's Crabby. No, it's Crappy. Crappy.
So you should go on YouTube and you should look up Crappy, and you should let's push Crappy above 1,000 so he can get some super chats, guys. Let's do that. Victor, yeah. Mark is a dictator when running a live stream. That I am. There is no free lunch here, Victor. I am.
Did he say a dictator?
I am the. the Hugo Chavez.
You have to follow the rules.
I am the Hugo Chavez. Clyde has just been timed out for 30 seconds for. All right, I'm gonna let him back in because, I can't fuck with him for too long. But anyway, I love you too, Clyde. You know what? I remember one time going to a Denny's, right, on Halloween, and I can't find it. $1.99.
You got yeah.
Clyde, can we get a fuckers? Come on.
Actually, if you use the right one, it's almost like an alarm.
Come on, Clyde.
Well, take me a second. It takes me a second. It takes you like 20 minutes to get the link.
We're gonna
20 minutes to get the link without breaking it.
Rooted Rotor says, "Thanks, Blue Shirt." I think they were all kind of missing the fuckers.
Fuckers. So I've got to move it from one to the other. Also, sorry.
Okay. Well, while this is going on, WV David R says the Pontiff and the Cardinals will declare anything below the Omega Man on the fucking moon as a shitter, leaving most collectors pissed as cheap hunters.
There you go.
All right, one more.
I'd like to respond to that. No, I don't think so. We've never done that, have we?
No. Well, you know, let's be fair. I know where that comment comes from because Archie, you know.
Yes.
And occasionally we want to fuck with somebody and we call their watch a shitter. But honestly, I'm wearing a shitter right now. I have another shitter on order. And I think I wear them more than my rollies.
Yep.
You know?
Speaking of which, now here's something from Gilbert Rios. Hey, Clive, I acquired a Wilson Watch Works Observer similar to yours. I found Chris at Wilson Watch Works be a gentleman, courteous and accommodating. Pretty much the anti-Archie luxury. I would agree.
Mark, why don't you like the Man on the Moon? I just don't like chronographs, you know? But I think if I did, I think as a chronograph, that's probably the best one to buy, at least right now, because it's the icon in the brand, number one, and number two, it's a relative bargain, right? So I think it's a lot of horology for the money, but I don't like a chronograph. I can't read those stupid little subdials.
One of the things that's been pointed out is that as much as I do like my Wilson Watchworks Observer, Sen makes one. I don't think it's in the outskirts. It's close to the same quality, but for actually less than $500. So if you like a Flieger B, you know, I think that watch has a lot of history behind it. Of course, it's evil history, but you know, there's a watch you can get into for well under $1,000.
Okay, so a real quick announcement. Val and Grey Moon, I have just emailed you the link as per your request. So when you get a chance, click it, come on into the waiting room. I'm going to leave you in the lobby till we're done this segment, but then you'll be ready to rock and you will wind up being the first hunter guest on the Mark Vlogs Watches Clyde and Hisham Extravaganza. So
It has a great question. Speedy, manual wind or automatic?
Well, the manual wine Hauselite Crystal, 1861 move. What's the movement, Clyde?
1861. Yeah, it's 1861.
Right, the one that Archie's been flogging for 10 years and then sold, that would be the one. Logan says the Man on the Moon was his first worthy timepiece. I think that's true for a lot of people. And Justin makes a great point. It's a great watch with the best value for the history, and I agree with all that. I just don't love me a chronograph. So I don't think it's a bad watch. It just doesn't especially appeal to me. You know, that's really the thing, right?
Andy Moore, should I buy my husband a Seamaster or Black Bay?
I think you should get the candy apple shoes and a pole, and he will enjoy that more than any Seamaster or Black Bay. And what you can do is you can do lap dances until you can get him all the way up to a date just.
And Candy, that's not sexist because he's gay.
Also, your name is Candy, you know, so. Well, let's answer that for real. A Seamaster or a Black Bay? Boy, that is such a personal decision.
Seamaster.
You know, and I'm going to say Black Bay because I flicked my Seamaster, but probably the Seamaster is a better watch, right?
Yeah.
Any day.
Okay.
Also, Archie has never. I can't remember the last time Archie's had a Seamaster, so Seamaster obviously is my choice.
Mark, what are your thoughts on the new series from Seiko 5? I think they're expensive. And love your content. I think you got to remind me of the pricing, but I've seen, you know, they're jacking up those prices a little bit. I think they're a little bit expensive. Okay, so give me a second. Let me. So I am looking for Valen Grey Moon. When you get here.
Okay, you're going to step away for just 1 second.
You're going to be first. But listen, you know what? Hisham has an $80,000 watch in the bank vault that he doesn't even wear. And mind you, the watch that you're wearing right now, Hisham, I mean, it's certainly an expensive watch, but you own watches at every end of the Rolex spectrum, and you don't even really wear the most expensive ones that you've got.
I don't, yes, and I'm guilty of that. I can't do anything about it. I just want to, you know, get rid of some watches, you know, diversify my collection. I'm just fed up with Rolex, to be honest.
Well, Well, that isn't that though. Do you think that that's because you're like, you have limited options given that you don't have a Patek dealer in India. What are the brands? Is there any brand horologically better than Rolex that you have access to through an authorized?
Yeah, we have JLC. We have JLC, and I have a Reverser again, which is the.
Guys, a point just occurred to me. Mind if I make it real quick?
Go.
Yeah, please.
Okay, now Hisham.
Yes.
Mark has a spare Q Timex that he's not wearing, and he's sending it to you.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, have a spare Daytona that you're not wearing.
It's not quite. It's not the equivalent, Clyde.
Oh, okay, well.
I don't think, the one that he's not wearing is the platinum.
No, we could do that.
Let's be reasonable.
It's not a big deal.
Let's be reasonable about this.
Okay. Also, and if you do send it to Mark, how are we going to use this to fuck with Archie?
If I send, wait, say it again. What?
If you do send it to Mark, how would we use this to fuck with Archie?
Guys, I got to tell you, what you folks out there don't understand is that this man, fucking this man, not that man, this man over here calls me 4 or 5 times a day. Yeah, that one right there. Calls me 4 or 5 times a day with Archie jokes. Horned fisting. Yes, exactly. Archie fisting jokes.
Yes, just listen to this comment. By Christopher Andrew. Hisham has no watches. Laugh out loud. Never seen any on his fist. Fake shit.
Well, neither.
Okay.
Well, on the other hand, it's kind of like Dr. BWW too. He says he's got these manual wind Daytonas. We just kind of have to take his word for it.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm trying, Valen, I'm trying again to email you. I've got your email here. So, Valen, you should check your junk or your spam or either that or Clyde. Here's what I'm going to do, Clyde, because I really want this guy on first. Clyde, I'm going to text you Valen Greymoon's personal email. And I've just done it, Clyde. So if you would, apparently.
I don't have his personal email, so how would I?
If you would, text it to you.
Yeah, okay.
So
what I therefore do is.
You email him the link because he says he's not getting my link from the email.
Are you wanting him to receive your link?
Yes, please. And I just don't want to stick it into the room because then I get more than what I'm, we can only have so many people in here at a time.
Okay. Now, Valen, I'm going to send this to you.
And, ultimately,
I'm going to subject this email, fuck up.
I would like to get a bunch of these guys in here. There's like a bunch of people in this room right now. Rooted Rotor, Buwsur. I would like to get Chip Wong. I would like to get Chip in here and ask him, can he possibly try and tone it down on crappy? Can we get a little nicer? I've got questions for these guys. But I really want Valen Greymoon first. So look, here's what I want to say, guys. The first thing I want to say before we answer Gilbert
Rios. Hello, gentlemen. I've been thinking of purchasing Don's Jaeger LeCoultre dual time reversal at $5,000. Would you recommend this purchase or something else at a similar value Rolex?
Well, Gilbert, he agreed to sell it to me for $3,500. So I think if you're at $3,501, you'll get the deal.
And I can vouch for the reverser because maybe I just love reversers, and it's a great watch.
It's a great watch, and it's a great deal. So,
and Don keeps care of his watches. I mean,
yes, he does.
Guys, I really want to
Did I mention you guys that he sold me like a GMT for like $7,000?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does tend to undercard. Guys, I want to make the following point. You don't have to spend crazy money on a watch to enjoy it, okay? I'm getting really great enjoyment out of my $179 watch. I've been wearing a $500 watch quite a lot, and I just got a $400 watch on order. Some of them I flip, some of them I keep, but I swear to you, I think I enjoy some of them more than my $15,000 Rolex watches. So the love of the watch is the thing. Now, naturally, you may gravitate towards the more expensive stuff, and certainly in terms of my core collection, I do. But even Clyde's got a fake Flieger, you know. Clyde's got watches that started life as pocket watches and have been converted over. I mean, by many yardsticks, this is junk, but it gives them such pleasure. Don't you like to see him happy? Show him the happy face, Clyde. See, isn't that better than his normal face? So all I want to say is, guys, the whole concept of the shitter is an Archie term. It's good for fun, but I've got 10 Rolexes, so I don't. No, I'm not, Mick. You know, PF. You know, this guy says I'm starting to sound like PGB. Well, the reality is, though, is that I've got a bank safe full of Rolex, and I wear them from time to time. And I'm going to wrap it up by saying the following: I believe that there is a good watch to crappy watch, ratio, and I'm well within the ratio. I have a bad watch for every 4 good ones or something like that. So I think, people, that we should enjoy good watches, and sometimes we should have junky watches, just the same way that, once in a while I want KFC. What happened with Buwsur? I mean, with Valen?
No.
Yeah, so Mark, I have a question for you. When you have 10 Rolexes and you're obviously wearing the Timex now,
yeah.
So does it feel good when you're wearing a Rolex on your wrist? Does it give you some sort of...
See, I don't know. Here's the thing. I actually think Mark is a borderline Rolex whore, but there's a real love of horology just wanting to burst out.
True.
Valen, here's what
does it give you that feeling of,
bear with, yeah. Well,
assurance or something, that you have a good timepiece on your wrist.
I've just gotten breaking news, real quick. Clyde, can we see your happy face again? I do have breaking news here, though. Sadly, Archie Luxury's plane has gone down, and he's lost at sea.
Is that for sure? Is that for it?
That is Clyde's sad face. So, Valen Greymoon, here is what we are going to do. I have received.
Were you just talking with me just now?
Hang on. Yes, sorry. Valen Greymoon, email me your cell phone number, and I will text you the link. That's how we'll do this. Email me your cell phone number, and I will text you the link. And then tell me in the comments when you've done it.
Are we at least going to get another I Could Have Died video?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, we will. Okay, so Valen, text me or send me, email me your cell phone number, and then I'll text you the link. Okay, so I would like to know, Hisham, what is your cheapest, worst watch? What is not the Apple Watch, but what's your junkiest, cheapest watch? And Clyde, I know you're going to have to.
The cheapest watch I have, I think, is the and you guys have seen it, the Seiko Paddy. Seiko Paddy Turtle.
Yeah, I've got one of those too. I never.
Yeah.
But I do have one.
Yeah, you have the Blue Lagoon, and I think you have the red and black as well.
But it's a special edition. It's a limited edition. It's
the Paddy.
More of a Blue Lagoon.
Yeah. I have the Blue Lagoon. I have 2 Seikos, the Paddy and the Blue Lagoon. And
also, this is vitally important. Every watch snob needs at least one Seiko, just like every racist needs at least one black friend.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. I don't want to respond to that for fear that I will fall into a trap. I don't know how to respond to that. I'm still looking for Valen Greymoon's cell phone number so I can text him the link. So far, not so good. We may have to move on with other content.
Rooted Rotor wants your minty bluesy.
Well, we could talk. Send me an email.
I would love to sell you my minted bluesy Rooted Rotor.
Oh, holy shit, Rooted Rotor. He's got one of the 6-digit ones. A new one. Yet the watch wallet hasn't even finished taking off all the stickers yet.
No, I've taken the stickers off every watch, but there are a couple of watches which I haven't taken the stickers off.
Yeah, but don't you have another watch wallet just to put the stickers back on when you're done with it?
No, I don't.
Oh. Are you still interviewing?
Just I just keep it on. I don't know why I do that.
No, we all do that. We all want to
It's ridiculous, I know.
we
But
want to keep it nice and fresh and pristine.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, well, I've done what I can for Valen Greymoon. I'm waiting for him now. I have texted him the link, and hopefully we'll get his butt in here before too long. So look, what I want to say is whether your cheapest watch is a $500 Seiko, $400 Seiko. Doc BBW, $2. Does Frappy get chat money if I can't remember his name?
It has to be a fake. It has to be a fake super chat.
Yes, exactly.
No.
Okay, guys, you've seen my watch collection, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Now, do we
On
want
a
to go
group,
BBW on the
and
live stream
just-
or we keep
just,
Go ahead.
If you could be kind enough to tell Christopher Andrew that my collection is not fake.
Let me just say that
Yeah.
Sham Habib has one of the all-time most amazing Rolex collections. Boys, he is the real deal, and he could buy and sell me, the rancher and the pontiff, all put together, believe it or not. Buwsur, $4.99. Mark, what advice would you give to someone considering an adoptive super alpha male German Shepherd puppy from the pound, asking for a mate? Well, I would say you should probably plan on spending $5,000 or $6,000 on dog training to try and save that dog. But better really be qualified to own a dog like that because, well, Clyde, don't you think a certain amount of liability comes along with owning a dog that you know to be aggressive?
Yep. Now, yeah. And some dogs, I can't. I hate to say it, but Hotsy has an Australian Shepherd. She can't even watch Archie anymore because every time she does, her Australian Shepherd jumps up and down and goes wild because she's wanting to take Archie and herd him into a corral.
It tries to gore her. Is that what happens?
Exactly.
So let me just touch base. Valen, tell me what's going on. Oh, we've got Valen Greymoon. Let's go ahead and add him in. Hold on a second. Valen, can you hear me?
Yeah, a little feedback.
Little feedback? There's feedback? Well, adjust something on your end. What you should do is turn down the live stream and listen only on your device connected to streaming.
Watch Doctor. Vacheron Constantin Generation 3 or H. Mosher Pioneer, or is this not the form to ask that question? No, I presume you're
That's as
talking
good as it's going to get.
Okay, give me a second to kind of get Greymoon here and figure it out. Valen, first of all, can you hear me now? Valen, okay, let me explain how this works. If you are watching a computer and listening on your iPhone, one of them has to be turned down, sound down to silent. So if you are watching and talking to me on your iPhone, leave the sound up and turn it down on your computer, or vice versa.
I'm actually on the laptop and the microphone is kind of close to the speakers.
Okay, well now you sound just fine. So tell me, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. Okay, so Valen,
Perfect.
I could see by your area code that we share a geographic area of the country. Do you still live anywhere in my general vicinity? Valen, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm actually from Uptown.
Okay, all right, I remember. Okay, and now I want to explain to all the punters out there that whenever I put out a video, there is always a race to be the first fist, the first comment, and I would say 999 times out of 1,000, it is you, sir, Valen Greymoon. It's as though you stare at your phone, waiting for me to post something, and you're like, boom! How do you do it? Explain. How is it that you do it?
I just got quicker posts. It's on the Google Chrome. There's a setting on there to have the pop-ups. So those hit before the bells do.
And are you staring at your screen all day long waiting for me to post?
No, no, that I'm not doing.
Are you gainfully employed?
Actually, no, I am semi-retired. I am on disability because of an injury.
I understand. Well, sorry to hear about the injury, but that explains how you managed to do this. It was why I asked the question, because you are very quick on the fingers. So I am going to assume that you have full dexterity in your fingers.
Yeah, those still work.
Are you a married?
I need to wind my watches with those.
Are you single or are you married?
I was married. Thank God I'm single again.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that you're single again, especially because you have full manual dexterity, if you know what I'm talking about. So all I can say, ladies, is if you are looking for a man who is like, you know, dead bang on, who can punch a button, tickle the, let me just say, Val and Grey Moon, you are the man. Now, I heard the screaming of the chimps, Clyde. What does that mean?
Yeah, so you've got a $3 question by Hugo Alvarez.
I gotta find it, man.
And by the way, the super chat notification, we're paying homage to Don Haynes. Sorry, Han Danes.
Yes, Han Danes. So, by the way, guys, somebody should buy Don's JLC Reverso for $5,000. Tremendous deal. $2.99. Hugo Alvarez. Should I buy an all gold sub or an all gold day date? I've got thoughts about that, but let's start with the Sham because one of those.
Yes, because I bought the gold day date, and I think it's a great watch. And the gold, what do you call it? The Submariner is a bit too much. In the sense, when you go out or meet people, or if you're in a meeting or something, you know, you tend to, hide your wrist or something like that.
You feel that the gold sub would be flashier than the day date, right?
Yes, much flashier than the day
Definitely.
date.
Clyde, what do you think?
Well, let's see. I think the last all gold Rolex Archie had was a gold sub. Therefore, I would also go with the day date.
You know, he's had both. And,
yeah, he's had the gold sub more recently.
Are you sure? I thought it was the day date, and he changed the dial and sold it. Wasn't that more recently?
No, I think the gold sub was, because that was Judge Jeff and the sex worker.
Well, I think that Hisham nails it. So my answer is it depends on what you're going for there, Hugo Alvarez. Hisham correctly points out that the day date is a more refined watch. It is a gentleman's watch, right? And the gold sub is, the guy who owns the used car lot wears one of those. Not the sales guy, but, the guy who owns the used car lot would wear that gold sub. It's a little more in your face.
Okay, let me rephrase this. The gold sub, that's Archie luxury. The gold date, that's like Paul Pluta from a past era.
Yes, hello, and thank you to A Luxury to Last. So, Victor, you've been waiting very patiently in the lobby, and I'm going to get to you momentarily, Victor. But before we do that, Valen, tell us a little bit about your love of horology. You do not need to own an expensive watch in order to participate and be in the club. You just have to love watches of all expenses and varieties. Tell us a little bit about your love affair with watches, why you've been a member of this community for such a long time.
I mostly collect vintage stuff, especially Hamiltons, the ones. I got a few Seikos floating around, especially an old turtle that belonged to my father. That's probably what started it.
Wow, what year is that?
It's a 77 first year. It's beat to hell, but it's just been overhauled. Still runs great.
Yeah, that's terrific. And I think those electric watches are from like the late 70s. Is that right?
Those are 1957 to 1969.
Wow, those are those got to be collectible.
Those are the first ones, and then you had the Bulova Accutron, and then on to the Seiko Astron Quartz.
You know what's amazing is what those cost back in their era.
No,
a couple of $100, but if you do the inflation, it's probably about $2-3 grand by now.
Just crazy.
No,
but you can still get them cheap. Anywhere from 150 all the way up to 2,000 for a solid gold one.
I'm sure they're on eBay and in the forums.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Now the funny part is that the Accutrons are really, especially the Bulova Moon watches, are also anything having to do with space. Those are trying to get very especially the full moon watches.
Okay, so Victor, I've just had to mute you. Victor, you've been waiting in the lobby there for quite a long time, but you are playing the live stream on 2 devices and you got to turn one of them down. So let me go ahead and unmute you there. Victor, thank you for waiting for hours in the lobby there for quite a long time, but you are playing the live stream on 2 devices. Okay, I got to mute him again. Victor, you're okay. You ready? All right, he says he's ready. Thanks for waiting for hours in the lobby there for quite a long time, but you are playing the live. He's not ready. Victor, you are on mute. I need you to turn down one of your 2 devices, and the one device that you should be not turning down is the one that you are actually watching the stream on. We will come back
Flip over to YouTube and turn that one down.
Yeah, get on the YouTube.
That's what I did.
Is that what it was? Yeah, you cannot be watching on live stream and on YouTube. You got to turn down a YouTube.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better. Okay, good.
Yeah, much better. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Victor.
Yeah, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for joining us. Tell us, where you're from, what do you do, and what kind of watches do you like and have?
Okay, so I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm an attorney. I'm sorry?
I said, bless your little heart. Isn't that what they say down there?
Bless your little heart.
Well, I mean, I'm originally a northerner, but I live here now. I'm an attorney, and I own an eyewear company also.
What's an eyewear company? You mean like glasses?
Yeah, sunglasses, eyeglasses.
How does it
For all us visually impaired folks.
Right now, are you a practicing attorney and a practicing eyewear group? So
what happened was, I'm an attorney by trade, whatever. So I bought out a failing eyewear company a few years ago. I was just going to buy it out because they had a bunch of inventory. I was going to sell it, on eBay or whatever, just get rid of it. But I ended up getting the rights with Luxottica, and they're like, I don't know if you know anything about the industry, but they own pretty much every. Yeah, it's a monopoly, exactly. So now I have the rights to distribute and resell wholesale. So I can buy it wholesale and resell it. So I did that. I do it wholesale, business to business, and also to customers. But that kind of runs itself. I'm an attorney most of the time.
So you and Clyde are doing petty theft, little grand larceny here and there.
No, I'm an international corporate attorney.
Mark,
Clyde, I'll give you a shot at him. You're an international what?
Corporate attorney. I work with Russia. I'm Russian. I'm also a Jew like you. But yeah, I work with Russia mostly. Like,
I was getting a total Mark Buwsur pop.
Right? What a vibe. Except for I'm not sure how I feel about anybody who looks you square in the eye and says, you're a Jew. Culturally, we American Jews don't like that.
No, because
I'm an American Jew too.
No, you just said you were Russian, so you got to make up.
I was born here. My family's from there. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was going to ask. So, how many Pateks have you bought in parking lots?
Me?
Yeah.
0. But I am a huge Patek. So with watches, I've actually gone crazy recently. I bought 4 Pateks in the last 2 months. So
one of them, nice. Came from a car trunk.
None of them all came from my AD.
Okay, so first of all, Victor, I would like to thank you for the $2, and then I would like to call you a cheap bastard for just buying 4 Patek and give me $2. Could have been free. Well, no, I'm just messing with you. Now,
5960 1A right now.
What is that?
Son of a bitch! I have been I've been looking at that one for a while locally.
I know. You have it in Oklahoma, and actually, Clive, my AD has a client in Oklahoma, and he just bought it in Oklahoma, the one that you were looking at.
Yeah, okay. Because literally last week I was looking, I said, is that thing still here?
It was gone because I ended up speaking to this guy. He said it's in Oklahoma, and I go, yeah, I know there's one in Oklahoma in AD. So I was telling him about my watch, and where'd everyone go?
Well, you know what? Forgive me. I'm trying to figure out how to put you up bigger. I just can't figure it out because I want to see that watch again. I want to show the punters.
Have you tried talking dirty to him?
But it's just beautiful.
But this is the beauty of it, though.
Wow.
That is a beautiful watch, truly.
Now, would you be willing to ship watches in teddy bears or in eyewear boxes to my friend Hisham Habib in India?
Yeah, why not?
So you could pack, a Patek in with 5 or 6, glasses, and you could ship that off to India because you're periodically shipping because you're an international corporate.
Yeah, no, I ship to India all the time.
Okay. Now, do you ever need a proper litigator, a pugnacious, a fly by the seat of his pants, a guy who's at home in the courtroom, plea bargaining. If you ever commit a white collar crime, I got a guy for you.
No, I pretty much stay here in the flyover states. Yeah. But here's what I was wondering. Now let's just say hypothetically you bought that watch to flip, like some other guy we know on Fist.
I did actually. What happened? Here's the deal with this watch. When I bought this was 2 weeks ago. I wanted the black dial. I've been looking for. They're both new old stock. This is brand new. I got the black dial just turned up, so I have to sell this one. Yeah.
Yeah, they had the white dial for only 3 years, but they only had the black dial for 1 year.
8 months.
Let's just say you were going to sell this to someone in Asia.
Right.
Now, with Archie, let's just say a person we won't name. If you're going to have this person ferry this watch for you to Asia. Now, would you want him to wear that take the risk of wearing that on his wrist, or do you think he'd want him to take it via more conventional methods?
Depends which one he'd enjoy more.
Real quick, I'd like to make an announcement. Blue Shirt Buddha, if you would email me at markgoldberg8@gmail.com, I will send you a link. Or Clive Watchwrangler at gmail.com. Clive with a V for the Gene. Then we will send you.
Like I said, that's a fantastic watch. Archie was screaming at me for months to get it. And, I appreciate the value. I appreciate the collectability.
It's amazing, yeah.
But I just didn't like
Clyde,
the value.
Remember, you were going to sell all your entire collection to get that watch.
Right.
Yeah. It's not, I'll tell you, it's not as much, it's not my favorite watch by any means. I did buy it I'm getting the black dial because I'm going to sell this one and I'm going to get the black dial. It's not my favorite watch. It's more about the collectability of it. So I'm like the kind of collector, I like to put aside like pieces that I think are going to be like long-term awesome pieces for the collection. And then I have pieces that I just love to wear. And, like when I got the 5712, the 5167, and the 5524 all in the last 2 months. My favorite is by far the 5712. So it's not, but this is the most complicated. This is like
on
another level, and it's probably the least expensive. Well, no, I got them all at retail. This was a little more expensive, but it's.
How much, if you don't mind us asking, did you get it for?
Yeah, I paid 40, 45, like around a little over 45, but it was brand new old stock. It's not even a year old. It came out of the AD in October of last year. So it's still under warranty. It's brand new.
That watch is on a billboard right off of I-90 heading from the suburbs towards Chicago.
It's discontinued.
Well, then it was on a billboard.
Yeah.
And you say you've got a
It was
5712.
a new old stock billboard.
So, right. Blue Shirt Buddha, let me know if you will be emailing me for a link. Otherwise, we're going to get somebody else on in here. We're getting close to our maximum number of visitors, and also we've been at this for an hour and 13 minutes, and I think it might be getting on towards time to.
So, Victor, do you have any Calatravas in your collection?
I have the 5524, which is the Calatrava pilot travel time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa.
Do you have people look at it and say, "Oh, nice zenith"?
Yeah. People. No, they don't. Because
every time Mark has that one, and every time
I agree with you. I heard you say that.
Fuck with them.
Yeah, I have a watch club. Like I started a watch club here in Atlanta. People love it. I think a lot of people like it. It's just it's expensive for what you're getting. For me, I had to buy it to get the 5712. I was talking to I have a good relationship with them, but I'm on the list and they do call me for stuff often, but I really wanted the 5712 that day. And we made a deal. I said, okay, if I buy the 5524, the pilot, for $50,000, she'll sell me the 5712 that same day. So I got them both together. Some people don't like that. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
The pilot one doesn't actually come under the Calatrava range, does it? It's a sports watch. It's a complication watch.
It's technically, if you go look at it within, it's a complication watch, but its title, it's called Calatrava Pilot Time. Or no,
Okay.
Pilot,
Okay.
Calatrava, Travel Time.
Right.
Now, Victor, let me ask you a quick question. Let's just say that someone hypothetically got a Daytona with a steel bezel and decided that it wasn't usable.
With a steel bezel, what wasn't usable?
Daytona with a steel bezel, prior generation.
Why wouldn't it be usable?
Because they couldn't tell the time on it. Just say hypothetically.
Oh, who cares? I would say buy it anyway, even if you can't use your phone to tell the time. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece.
Now, would you want to watch? Would you keep the watch even though you literally could not use it to tell the time, or is it just nothing? Or is it all about the investment, and the resale, and the return value?
No, to tell the time. I mean, I've never had an issue with any of my watches to tell the time, but depends on how important it is. For me, I mean, yeah, I do. I mean, I've never had that issue, but I don't think for me, I love watches on so many levels that that would be a small, very small factor in my decision when purchasing a watch. But the Daytona, I love Daytona. It's my favorite watches are Daytonas.
What do you got in the way of a Daytona, Victor?
What?
I said, what do you have in the way of
I have the rose gold on the Oyster Flex and the stainless.
Which stainless?
The Panda.
White, black. Oh, you got okay.
Now you mean the stainless ceramic or the old
ceramic Panda? Because the other one had silver sundials.
Yeah, that's really tough to get. Well, you know what? As multiple members of the Peanut Gallery are saying, you are the boss.
I'm not even reading the comments.
Well, of course not, because you
don't want to. Don't.
You know,
don't
worry about the comments. But let me just tell you.
Yeah, no, they're just saying that you've got a great collection.
But I want to say that this is really, I think, a great conversation, because what we have here is two guests. We got Valen, who is enjoying a whole series of $150 electronic watches that are 40 years old, and we got Victor, who's enjoying well over $100,000 in resale value, like well over $100,000 in watches. Yet we're all on the same stream, and we all have the same love for what it is that we wear on our wrists. And I don't
I think
care
you missed the super chat by Steve Camasso.
Or $45,000. It's a watch. It's jewelry. It tells time. For sure. You gotta love this stuff. $2 from Doc BBC. I know a guy who knows a guy who knows another guy.
No, but what I was saying is, I have a really good relationship with my AD. Like, I'm super, super, super lucky.
Of course, you have a good relationship.
Did you read Steve Camasso's super chat, by the way, earlier?
Did he?
No, you didn't read it. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean.
No, you didn't. You did not read it.
Of course. Well, we'll go back. Someone find it and we'll read it. But
Steve Camasso, should I get pizza or Chinese tonight?
Pizza.
Chinese.
Okay, Mark.
Chinese pizza.
I went for Chinese because I had pizza recently. Actually, I had both. You know, but if you eat Chinese in 20 minutes, you can eat the pizza.
Yeah, combine the two.
Right. So
yeah,
exactly. Val and I am with you. So naturally your AD loves you, of course, because you spend the money. You're not an asshole. I'm sure you are.
Sorry.
Good to deal with. I do have a quick question, which we will. You can think on this, but right before we get to the super chat, Victor, tell me quickly, when you buy a $50,000 watch, when you add up the tax and everything, you charging that on a black card? You're writing a check? You're bringing in a suitcase of money? How do you pay for that?
Well, depends if I order it in advance and it's not like I'm not picking it up that day, I'll wire the money. But if I want it that day, I'll get a cashier's check. I'll just run to my bank and get a cashier's check.
Well, that's another reason they like you, because then they're not having to pay $5,000 banking fee on for your black card.
I give them gifts too, lots of gifts.
Victor, are you on Facebook? Are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
Are you on Fist?
On Fist?
Yeah.
What's that?
Horological
Institute of Swiss Timepieces.
No. Yeah. Should I get on there?
You should get on there. Fist, PHIST. $2 from Justin Bailey. I know a bogan that knows a lady boy. I think I know that bogan, and I'm pretty sure I also know that lady boy.
I just joined it.
All right.
Okay.
Man on the moon? Oh. Man on the fucking moon?
Buwsur wants to know what is trolling, and
moon.
Buwsur will explain it to you later. to be quite frank, I think you already know. Well, guys, I think we are at a logical breaking point. I want to thank you for coming. Look for me on the Crappy Luxury stream at any point. I want to thank Crappy for, I know he texted Clyde and complained that we were talking about him. It's all in good fun. I will be happy to appear on your stream. Sorry that you could not appear on mine, but I couldn't really go along with your multiple demands. But I will be happy to come on with no demands on your show, and I want to thank the punters, Val and Greymoon and Victor, for coming in here. The one, the only, Hisham Habib. I don't know how anybody could accuse this man of having a fake collection. He's got a ball.
No. Victor, let me get out one last question for you. Okay?
If anyone's on Fist, you can just go and check the watches out.
Man is legit. Clyde,
Do you have any Ulysse Nardens?
Do I?
Yeah.
My uncle's really into Ulysse Nardin.
is he an actual Russian?
Yeah, my dad and my uncle, they like Russian,
and also Breguet. I know the Russian Jews love Breguet. Am I right?
Yeah, I love Breguet too. Yeah.
You know what? How many generations you been here?
I'm first generation. It was still my first language.
That explains everything. First of all, it explains why you are so white. I mean, if we take a look at Victor, you will notice he is extremely white.
I'm white.
Yeah, you're very, very white.
Okay.
No, listen, don't be embarrassed. I know my Russian, and if you got an uncle who likes, Ulysse Nardin, what that means is he was fucking born in Russia. And if you like Breguet, it means you're not very far from the pogrom yourself. You're very close.
I love Breguet. Yeah, and Bacheron. Bacheron was my first one. I love.
These are very Russian.
Yeah,
these are very Russian.
Very popular because I used to work in Russia. Like I was after law school. I went and worked in Moscow for a while.
You went back to the mother country.
Yeah. I was back and forth.
See, you know what? My people got here to this country in the late 1800s for the most part. A little bit from the early 1900s. When I say early, I mean like 1901.
Wait, you mean the Jews or the gays?
The Jews, right? My family. So that particular tribe. But because of that, we have no connection back to whatever the old country is. I mean, I know essentially where we come from, but
yeah,
I had one grandfather. I had only one grandfather who was born outside this country, and most of my great grandparents were born here too. One grandfather was born in Romania, and when we asked him if he ever wanted to go back there as a visit, he said no because they treated the Jews like dogs.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's still anti-Semitic there.
Yeah. So.
Is it still in Russia?
Yep. It's still there.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't feel it in America at all, but I feel it in Russia.
It's a very, very bad place to be Jewish, and it's a terrible place to be gay. They kill gay people over there. My friend Michael, who is when I say Michael is a Russian Jew, I mean that Michael came here in the 80s or 90s when Russia gave a bunch of visas to let a bunch of Jews escape. So I think it would have been 80s. And he was 8 or 9 years old when he came here. And he remembers basically, getting out of Russia, with the assistance of American, exfiltration. And but he went back to live in Russia for the last year or so because he works on the internet. I mean, his whole job is internet based. And so he brought his American income back to Russia. He's living somewhere in the freaking Caucasian mountains.
Oh, like in Georgia or Azerbaijan?
Yeah, like somewhere in the middle of Buwsur nowhere. He has the most expensive internet in town.
But he's living like a king, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's the point. If he's
expensive.
Yeah, it's like $25,000 a year to live like a king there, and then he just saves, everything. So
that's awesome. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about going back to Mother Russia and
Moscow's expensive. No, I don't like going there for too long. I used to enjoy it more. Now I go there. I try to get out as soon as I can.
You ride horses shirtless.
Like Putin, yeah.
Yeah.
Putin loves Blancpain.
Well, listen, let's pass this around for a final statement. Clyde, you're going to be last. Val and Greymoon, final statement. What have you got to say for yourself?
Well, I don't know. Just collect what you like and like what you collect.
I'm completely with that statement, I believe. Victor.
Yes. Final statement?
Yes, sir.
It was actually cool to meet you guys. I've just found this YouTube thing the beginning of this year, not too long ago. Been watching Clyde, Mark, Archie. I've been watching all you guys. I'm on the same page. I hate TGV. Like, I don't know. I thought I'm not busy. I'm normally kind of, well, I'm either doing something with watches or work. But tonight I just felt like, you know.
Yeah, you're a baller, Victor, and we're gonna have you back.
Yeah, if you guys give me your information, we'll email or chat or whatever.
Yeah. We're gonna have you back. What I want you to do is I want you to email me and remind me your name and that you were on the night at Mark Goldberg, Mark with a C, markgoldberg8@gmail.com. Go ahead and email me and we'll get you on the list.
And Clive, is that your Facebook group?
Yep. Well,
Yes,
I'm involved in it. I'm involved in it. I'm kind of,
Yeah.
I'll add you on. I'll find you on there and I'll add you as a Facebook friend.
yeah, I'm kind of like Mr. Emeritus.
Okay, and Mark, we're already Facebook friends.
Sounds good. And as you know, and you realize I went to law school myself, but
Oh, did you?
well, I didn't matriculate.
Where'd you go?
I also attended first year med school, so I have a very interesting background. But let's just say when I was admitted, not to the bar, but to law school, I went to Temple Law in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Better admitted than committed.
And I went down to read first year law books, and then I wrote the dean and I told him I've changed my mind. I'm not.
Fuck this.
I didn't like law school. I went to Emory in Atlanta for undergrad, but I went to Georgetown for law school. It was a whole different ball.
Well, Georgetown is like an amazing school. I really wanted to go to what's the name of it? Coast? There's a law school in Fort Lauderdale.
Florida Intercoastal.
Yeah, I really want to.
I have a friend. One of my best friends went there.
Does he have a license?
Yeah, he does. He does.
All right, that's good. How many times did it take him to pass the bar?
He smokes a lot of pot. He was high when he took the bar. He didn't pass the first time. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3.
Okay, you want to hear how intense the bar exam is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're all at the Civic Center, huge. So everyone in the state was taking the bar exam at the same time. So I'm like reading, studying up. Everyone's like,
were you boning up, Clyde? Were you boning up?
well, no, we were all boning up with books because we really didn't have the internet back then. But that's another story. So I'm in line. I'm standing in line, and I'm looking. Oh, there's a bunch of people I know from law school. They're all good.
Yeah, so Mark, you've got a
So
$2 super chat from Dr. BBC.
Well, if I get nervous, they're going to smell the fear. So it's just like I'm just going to pretend I'm in the men's room, and just stood in line and
Yeah.
got in the stall, made sure I put the seat down because I'm not stupid.
Right.
And then hit the book and quietly walked out. No one noticed.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
Must have been 300 women in there.
Wow.
Now, Clyde, was that the third or the fourth time that you passed the bar?
No, I only passed it once.
Good job.
I took it 2 states. I had to take it twice. Horrible. I took it in New York and New Jersey.
Damn. $2 from Doc BBW. Wacky luxury is a Russian Jew. Victor, be proud. Thank you.
I wish I could share that on screen because all the chimpanzees are apparently ostracizing the baldest chimpanzee, who appears to be lying down.
I see.
With a bottle of lotion.
Okay, Hisham, your final statement, sir.
My final statement with regard to watches would be that don't buy the watches which are collectible and you're just going to keep them and maybe, think that the prices are going to go up later on and just sell them. Buy the watches you're going to wear and you enjoy.
You know what? I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yep, gotta agree with that one.
My statement would be feel the steel. If you've got something expensive in the safe, don't just collect it, wear it. But I myself right now am feeling the steel of the cheap stuff. So I'm feeling the potted metal, the die-cast zinc. I'm trying to get in touch with my, with my quartz side. And pretty soon I will tell you guys how I like the Zelos. I will do an unboxing and a review of a $400 watch with look cool though.
And I just want to add one more thing. I am guilty of that. I just got the most collectible watches, and I don't wear them. So
You have to not feel the steel. You have to feel the platinum.
Hey, Tom,
Yeah.
since you're 3 times richer than the rest of us combined, do you want to add a third thing while you're at it?
no, I'm not rich, Clyde. Come on.
You're not rich. You're rich.
Well, guys, I want to thank you all for having joined us.
Oh, no. You never asked me. Au contraire.
Didn't I give you your? Oh, I'm so sorry, Clyde.
You
Other
did.
than be good to each other, what is it that you would like to say to these people?
We all collect watches for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
Infuriating Archie luxury is a valid horological goal. Thank you.
Well, on that note, I would like to thank you all for having joined us. We have been here for an hour and 30 minutes. We have accomplished nothing. We have talked about nothing, but we got to know a couple of the hunters, and I would like to make this a regular feature on the Livescream. I would like to start inviting some of you in. You know, I didn't get Buwsur, didn't get.
Yeah, that's nice. Everyone should be on.
Blue Shirt, Bud the Stud, Thomas Burnett, even Chip Wong, Rooted Rotor, Doc BBW. You stayed on the sidelines, but we'd like to get you in here, and Valen and Victor, we will have you guys back. So we're going to end the broadcast at this time, but I would like to sincerely thank all of you for wasting your time with me. Let's do it again and join the fist.
Thanks, Victor. Thanks so much for joining us.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
I'll add you on Facebook, Ashim.